Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is a collective reading for the full moon in Libra. Full moon in Libra is all in regards to completions. I'm going to burn some sage here. So for the full moon, I'd really like to, I have a ritual that I do. I put out my crystals, I bring out a metal bowl, and I write down a list of things that are still within the shadow. And we will talk about the shadow. The shadow are things just like that, the things that are not seen. That when you get triggered, those triggers are showing you that there's still some things that are hidden, deep emotions that are still a trauma that are triggering you into awakening you so you can work through the shadow. So the Libra, the card of justice, the card of harmony and balance, is asking you to bring inner peace to the old version of you and to your relationship with the self. So as you bring inner harmony within yourself, then you know who to cut out, because you can't have harmony with another if you don't have that within yourself. So this is time to complete that, to bring things to a place of completion. Because once we, when we were in the new moon in Pisces, the new moon in Pisces talks about our traumas. It was the last card of the zodiac, right? The last sign of the zodiac, which talked about deep emotions, traumas, and what you needed to birthing a new way of feeling onto your existence at this time. So the Libra card comes and says, where are you out of harmony? Where are you out of balance in your relationships? What do you still need to work through? Because it is in the full moon. And the full moon, again, is about our deep inner emotions. It's how we feel about ourselves. It's how we show up to the world. And this is the card of diplomacy. This is the card that says it's time to negotiate. Libra likes to negotiate. So it's a card of negotiation and bringing that conversation of thought, bringing that harmony, more equal in the way that we show up, instead of working through ways that are self-sabotaging, any things that are addictive, addictions, cutting people out that are throwing you out of harmony, out of balance. So now with this full moon, is what you are seeing is those deep rooted things that are within you that you want to release. It's asking you to harmonize. It's asking you to bring yourself to a place of justice and to a place of balance. And that's what these cards are saying right now, right? So the card that we are going to start out was the Queen of Moon Oracle, the first card out. And I'm going to take a few cards here. We have, look at that. Wow, this is beautiful. So we have the card of peace. So the card of peace comes out and says, just what I was saying. Where are you not in harmony right now? Where are you not in a place of meditation, stillness, of trust? What is bringing you anxiety? What is bringing you worry? What can you do right now is to really recognize that any worries and anxieties are always in the mind. So how can you bring yourself to a place of surrender, to a place of faith, to trusting in the universe? The card here is, she sits beautifully in a place of surrender, right? And the card of surrender has come out as well. So this card comes out and says, okay, it's time to bring this harmony within yourself. Like I said, if you're not having that within you, if you're not in a place where you can respond and not react, then you're not in a state of peace. You're not in a state of meditation. You're not in a state of harmony with yourself and the universe, not having faith, right? So then you would be in a place of fear, in a place of worry, in the place of things that you cannot control, which is your outer, which is other people, what other people do, what other people say, other people's responses or reaction towards you. So what you're doing right now is bringing yourself to a state of, you know what, I can't do this, but the universe can. And what I can do is become very in a place of that release that comes, right? So it is really taking a time out for yourself. Where within you are you struggling to move forward? Where within you are your emotions taking you down? Where are you not at peace with yourself and within the universe? Then the card of faith comes out. The card of faith comes out and says she's naked with her eyes closed with the full moon. So there's a release here, a release of the fear. So you can have the F word fear, or you can have the F word of faith. So are you in faith? Are you trusting the universe? Are you trusting this new birth, this new earth that you are creating, one that is filled with abundance, one that is filled with peace and harmony and balance in all your relationships? In your relationships with the universe, your relationships with other people. So really having faith through the process of the moon, really allowing yourself to see, between the moon cycles, the things that pop up for you so you can release the shadow and hence step into this place of harmony, into this place of balance. So you can really understand that, it's a time for fertility. This is a time for abundance now, because this is what's returning to you now. This is in the now position. So if in the past you were not in that state, you're in a state of always rushing, always needing to know, always being in a place of worry and anxiety and things of that nature. It is telling you to hang on to your dreams. Hang on, and just remember that the darkest time is in the full moon. It's the darkest time of the moon is when it's full. It's showing all your darkest times. It's showing all the things that were very hard to see, but now they're going to be coming into the light. So what is hard to see? So when you can't see things, we go into a place of helplessness. We don't go to a place of hopelessness. So it's asking you right now to really fall into this place and to allow the difficulties to drop so you can see it, so you can stand up again. It's becoming an observer of your life. Where do you have faith within your own creation? Where are you surrendering to the universe? Where are you surrendering your anxieties? Where are you surrendering the unknown? Where are you surrendering the way that things that threw you out of harmony and out of balance? What old way of you, what beliefs are you surrendering? What fears are you surrendering? So this is a total surrender. The full moon is when we surrender. It's a completion. It's a release of the old, coming into a place of balance, bringing ourselves into a place of harmony. Harmony, once again, with what we are releasing. We're surrendering that. What we are releasing will be replaced with something so much more beautiful. Why? Because you have faith in the process and you have found peace within any situations of your life. So you want to surrender your past traumas. You want to really look at them. Your past is not your story. Having faith that once you release the past, once you release the people that are no longer on your journey, they've done what they could up until now, thank them and now release them so you can move towards inner happiness, inner peace. The true joy, true happiness of life is that state of being, is just being and allowing, trusting in the universe. That is true happiness. It's not in our possessions. Those are just things that we experience in life. But the harmony and balance doesn't come for once you get this, then my life will be balanced. It's once when I let go of the old version of me and I bring this wholeness that is within me. And if somebody is not on that stage with you, you cannot find balance into an harmonious relationship. You just cannot. Or in anything, whether it's your job, whether it's your family, whatever it is, you can't fix that. What you're to do is bring yourself into this place first. It is always about bringing yourself into this place first. So this full moon is asking you to really harmonize and to bring yourself. Look at that. I mean, it just does not get any better. Dark night of the soul. Life brings new meaning. Absolutely. Dark night of the soul. This is the shadow. I love this card. The card 11. Yeah, this is the card to wake up. This is that card that says, you know what? Yeah, some of you could be going through the most darkest of hours right now, and that's okay. What a beautiful place to be, because again, that is what has been in the shadow. The dark night of the soul shows us our traumas and our triggers of the past pains of our belief system, of the things that have held us back. So what we do, and look at this, we have the card of 33, another master number here. So you could be seeing 33, and you could also be seeing the card 11. And this is beautiful, because what this is actually telling you is that you're reclaiming parts of yourself. When we look at the past, okay, when we work through the shadow, the dark night of the soul, is when we look at the past and we bring back those fragments of ourself that were lost, that we gave that power away to other people. So this is reclaiming parts of yourself back by releasing, by surrendering the old, so you can come into this place of happiness and of wholeness, but only through the shadow. The dark night of the soul is like that 10 of swords. It is when, oh my God, I've been betrayed, backstabbed, mentally, in so many ways. It's like, why have some things ended? Why did I have this? Why did that experience happen? So instead of all the whys, it's in really recognizing the lessons in everything that has happened. And that is how you bring back the fragments of your soul through doing the shadow, through working through that, through recognizing it, not suppressing it, but bringing that release and that surrender and having faith in the process. This is absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous message that is coming out. So it's really asking you to recognize all of these things that are coming in within your life at this time. Okay, so we have a few cards that fell out, and I'm just going to go ahead and take these cards. There's so many cards. Okay, I'm just going to take these three right here. All right. Let's see. We have, I'm going to start from the top. We have don't let your past hold you back. We have a new romantic cycle. And this card that was at the bottom, I'm going to take it. So we have don't let your past hold you back, South Node. South Node, again, is what threw you out of balance, what brought you. These are karmic things. So South Node is when we pay our karmic contracts. So the things that we needed to face, the things that were out of harmony, out of balance, you know, those lies that's within the self. You know, soul is whole. The things that are fragmented are the belief systems that you have experienced. So the South Node says, don't let your past hold you back. Actually, what you want to do is bring the greater lessons and harmony back into your life. It's the South Node. South Node is all about karmic relationships and karmic. It's like when we pay a due, when we pay a debt, the Libra card, it's a balancing of the scales. But your past is not your story. You're not your past. You're not your story. You're the one. It's like consciousness that is experiencing it. So you're here to experience it. And as you surrender your past, what you're actually doing is you're making room for something new to come in. We have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So the new moon in Libra, and here we have a full moon in Libra. So this is a 6-month cycle. So for some of you that are seeking a new romantic life, yes, as you let go of karmic relationships, things that were out of harmony, things that were out of balance, things that brought you anxiety, whatever that is, or this is within yourself. If you didn't have a great relationship within yourself, within your family, within your own thoughts, you were always in anxiety and worry and lack, it is now saying have faith in the process, because there is a new romantic cycle coming. One that is coming from a place of fairness, one that is coming from a place of wholeness with the Libra card, because you have found that within yourself first. And this is so beautiful. Have faith in the process, that for those that are seeking the romantic cycle, for those that are seeking a new partner, that it's coming. Fall in love with yourself first. Nothing will come of this situation. And I was going to pull that, but I put it back, and it's just hold your vision. Just hold your vision of what is coming in. But the surrender, nothing will come of this situation, is beautiful. It's very dark. And then we've got the moon here. So what is that saying? If some of you are trying to hang on to a past relationship, if some of you are trying to hang on to something of the past, nothing's going to come from that. Nothing will come out of that. If it's still in a place of control, if it's still in a place of anxiety, if it's still in a place of lack or worry, nothing will come of that situation. You will experience it again and again and again until you recognize that what you're here to do is to work through that. So if you can work through a relationship, okay, or if you can surrender it and let it go, then what you're doing is that you're bringing a new meaning, you're bringing new understanding. You can show up in a new way as you surrender the old ways, because it's not going to happen the way you used to do things. And it's telling you to really recognize that. And this is saying, you know, when you surrender the old way, when you cut through the addictions, when you cut through unhealthy relationships, when you cut through things that have been out of harmony and out of balance with your life, you're reclaiming those parts of yourself with the soul fragment. You're choosing you're choosing your own expansion. You're recognizing that everyone has been a lesson on your journey. And as you recognize that, you're no longer in a place of blame, in a place of guilt or shame, in anything that has been lower dense energy that has held you in a place of out of harmony. And hence now you're reclaiming parts of yourself, which is so beautiful. I'm going to pull here a few different cards, and then we'll pull an activation card at the end and a door. So we do have the card of the Hangman in reverse. So the Hangman is a card of surrender. So when this card comes out, and then we have the card of Tower and Chariot. Wow. We have 3 major arcana cards that are coming out right now. So this is such a major cycle right now in your life, in all our lives at this time. And it's really asking you to recognize that, to really recognize where you are. So here, when we're talking about the shadow, what is going on here? And this is saying, the Hangman in reverse is like, okay, now you're starting to see things. At once there was a surrender. There's that surrender, the letting go, right? Letting go of the past situations because you're choosing peace. So when we surrender to things, we're saying, oh my God, I'm tired. I don't know how to do this. I can't do it anymore. I don't know. Nothing's going to come out of this, and I just can't move forward. Be it a job, be it a family, be it your own, what it is that you want to do in your life, whatever it is saying it's time for you to shift your perspective. And when you shift your perspective, instead of a place of a victim, instead of place of things are not working out for you, and you recognize that your own thinking is what needs to shift, when you start to see things from a new perspective. So this is a shift in perspective in regards to your past. So when you write a new story in regards to all your lessons, what you've done is you've shifted that energy, and aha, there's your epiphany. You realize that everything in your life that needed to fall through, you had faith in allowing those things to crumble, in allowing your old belief systems, your old relationships, the marriage, the relationship, the job, the thoughts, whatever it is. When you recognize the things that needed to fall away, what happens is that you kept your faith into really understanding a surrender to the universe, being naked, being very vulnerable in releasing. So what happens is that out of nowhere, a shock, right? So the Tower is out of nowhere. You don't see it coming. What happens is this new romantic cycle begins. This new romantic cycle, if this is not for those that are saying, oh, I don't want a relationship, then this is a new way of showing up and loving yourself in a very harmonious, full, whole way. And if this is in regards to relationships for some people, yes, as you allow the past not to hold you back, not let it haunt you. And when you can recognize that, then the universe is saying, let me take away those thoughts, those people, those beliefs, those situations that are no longer healthy for you. It's time for you to allow the old version of yourself and the way you show up in the story that you tell to crumble. So what? So you can move forward. So you can move forward with great intent. So this is Cancer card, moving forward with great intent, with the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. This is the card of victory, having victory over the past. Why? Because you surrendered it, you let it go, and now you're stepping forward in a new way, into a new line, into a new way forward. Let's get, okay, wow, like I said. So the card of the Two of Cups wanted to jump right out. So let's talk about this. This is the union of the two. Again, this is you merging with you. This is you merging with another. This full moon is asking you to release because it felt like sideways. So some of you are needing to still, not needing, sorry. Some of you are contemplating leaving an old way of you being you, or an old relationship. So it's still like, it's like that. You're still contemplating. So for some of you, you're contemplating staying in something. Again, if you're staying in something, nothing will come of your relationship if you don't change perspectives, and if you don't learn the lessons of the past and have faith in the process to make it a new cycle. By what? By allowing the old foundation to fall. For those of you that recognize that, you know what, two people, even though they love each other, you're just not on the same wavelength. You have two different journeys, and you surrender. You let that relationship end. What happens is that then that aha moment in releasing something and having faith, a new relationship comes in, and there's a shift in perspective that is here for you. With the Tower card, let's just grab. So anything in the past that had a hold on you, the Emperor card, this is very narcissistic behavior. This is someone who's very controlling. So what you're doing is in releasing anything that had a control of you, or anything that you were powerless to is the card that I'm getting with this. So whatever that you were powerless to, whatever where you had no control or somebody had a control on you, you're seeing things now. So what do you need to release? That other people's control over you, other people's narcissistic way towards you, other way with the people that are holding you back. And again, I don't know why this card wants to come out, but we're going to take it. The Three of Swords in reverse, and I have the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. This is absolutely beautiful. So you're moving out of the energies of betrayal, out of energies of being brokenhearted, out of energies, whether this is family, friendships, relationships. So what you're doing is you're recognizing there's nothing going to come out of the situations in staying in situations that hold you in the prison of your own mind. Those pains, those karmic relationships were meant to come in so it could break you free, so it can show you yourself, so it can bring you victory in recognizing the light and the dark aspects of yourself and of other people and bringing it to a place of surrender. We all go through this. And this is asking you to release it, to just release it. What you're doing is actually moving towards the sun. And then here, wow, look at all these cards. So let's just go ahead and take them really quickly. The Queen of Swords comes in, says, you know what, it's time. I don't need to cut anything else out. She's already done that. She can be very sharp and cut things out. But she is surrender. She's in a place of connection with spirit, connection with clarity, and connection with the truth. The truth in regards to what she needs to bring, which is harmonious and balanced, and who she needs to cut out within her life at this time. Then we have the card of Magician. This is focus, intent, whatever you're focusing on. If your focus is on past pain, past hurt, then you will create that. So the Magician is asking you to bring your focus and to take control back of your life. So this is saying if you want to bring in whatever it is, have faith in the process and to really exercise manifesting. This is the card of law of attraction. So whatever it is, things need to fall away so you can bring in the new. Then we have the card of the Star card. This is wishes fulfilled. Whatever wishes did not happen, they were not meant to happen. It was not divine timing. And now the Star card is aligning you with your own wish, with the things that are meant to you. Aquarius card, future card. But this is saying whatever you are manifesting, recognize in your healing abilities, recognize that these things are happening now. Although it's a future card, but when we're manifesting in the now, when we're thankful in the now, then this becomes so much closer that you don't have to have such a grip along your wishes. And we do have the card of the 5. So you want to come out of that story of, you know, when I was a child and I was left by my family, or I was abandoned, or when I was in my younger teenage years or adult years, or even now that I've been left behind, rejected, abandoned. Here again, that's the old story. That is what is not bringing you peace. That is what's bringing you anxiety, feeling alone, feeling left out, feeling neglected. But the thing is that you have the key to unlock the door and to save yourself, to set yourself free from the past. The past is no longer here. The past no longer exists. It's what you do now. It can either control you and keep you into a place of victim, keep you stuck, or what it can actually do is illuminate things for you. And this is what can also hold you back from your dreams and your wishes, being controlled by addictions, by negativity, by fears, self-sabotage, codependency. So what you want to do is allow this to dissipate. What you want to do is look at the fear itself and to choose faith, choose to surrender, choose to realize nothing's going to come out of this but more of this. So if you want more of this, then hang on to it. If not, illuminate with the sun, new beginnings, really bringing new birth, new ideas, being childlike and seeing things in a new way. Giving birth to a whole new you is the sun. The sun is the best card of the deck. So what you're doing is bringing yourself out of this. So there's new relationship that is coming in. There's a new way of looking at life. There's new meditation, new peace, new harmony and balance, movement forward, having victory in your dreams, having victory over the shadow, having victory over past pains. And this is what everything is talking about right now. Throughout these readings with the activation card, the cards that are coming out. Look at this. Wow. 2 cards fell out and I'm going to take them. Again, 37 comes down to a 10 and 30 is a 3. So a lot of 3s that are showing up in the reading here. And this card says the frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. absolutely. That's the Hangman, really recognizing here is in regards to your own intuition, in regards to your own third eye, in regards to your own clarity, and you're realizing, the story you've been telling yourself really is what it's saying. This is when that awakening card, and we have integration. Again, what is that? That's integrating the shadow. And this says the frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. I mean, oh, wow, that is the Libra card, bringing that harmony, bringing that balance. That is the epiphany. The epiphany is in synchronizing, in balancing yourself, in recognizing the balance of the negative and the shadow. Here we have, again, the yin and the yang. They both exist. We're not here to push it away. We're just here to integrate and have a new realization and realize when something is meant to go. Allow it to go. Surrender it. Surrender the old version of yourself and listen to your own intuition is what the door comes out. And the moon is all about intuition. It is all about tapping to those things that are already within you. And this says simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. Again, words of pain or words that heal. This is what you're integrating, right? And it says you come to know truth by the way that it feels, the moon. Until next time, I'm sending you so much love and light. Do your full moon rituals. And don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment. Until next time, love and light. Namaste.